Namaste and welcome to class. And today's class is about expansion. We all want to grow. This is a standard seed in every human being. We want to grow, we want to learn. We cannot defeat that deeper desire of us to have some kind of meaning, some kind of understanding about our world and ourselves. So I want to lay out a little bit of what is expansion and the different kinds of expansions, because sometimes we expand in only one aspect, but other aspects get behind, and sooner or later that other aspect that get behind starts screaming and say, I want to grow too. So if we grow in a very cohesive way, in a very systematic way, all the aspects of ourselves, then you're happy and you don't feel afraid or you don't feel unstable. So the first expansion is the more obviously, is the physical expansion. And in here you are using the energy that of your work, of your inspiration, of your passion, to enhance either your dwellings or to enhance your movement on the earth, to travel. You have a wider spectrum of your location in the planet. It could be a larger house or it could be a larger planet. So physically, the aura then expands, and with the expansion of your aura, then it comes something very interesting, and is the connection. The fortification of your aura, meaning that your magnetism increases, so you're able to attract more things, more relations, more objects, more opportunities, more job, more something that is physical, something that you can measure, something that is impermanent. So this is one kind of expansion, and sometimes we feel satisfied and we feel that that's all it is. It's just to have more stuff, is to collect more friends, more connections, more money, but it comes at a time that really this is not gonna fulfill you totally. The other expansion is more subtle, and is the expansion of your inner world. And that is such a vast universe, because we are everything. Everything is contained in ourselves. Some in dormancy, some in activation, but you have everything in it. So the first thing you need to consider is that the inner expansion comes with two things. One, with detachment of the physical things. Yes, you can have a very strong aura, you can have a lot of things, but those things start to weigh on you, and you get attached to the physical, you get identified with the physical. So the physical need to be in constant renovation, so you exercise detachment. When you exercise detachment, then a more subtle sense of, oh, I am changing and I am expanding by circulating. And this is very important, because our expansion internally comes when we change our point of view about ourselves. It's not that we need to change our personality or the deepest part of ourselves. No, don't do that. That's a mistake. You have come perfectly the way you are. Yes, there are some karmas you need to purify, some memories or ancestors' debts that you need to explore, but in principle, the very heart of you, the very essence of you, it doesn't need any change. But what it needs is to have different points of view about yourself. And in that relocation of how you see the same strengths, the same gifts, and the same vulnerabilities you have, you are able to expand. So this is a different kind of expansion, and it comes, of course, with the detachment, and the second thing is with experience. You cannot skip some experiences. You cannot want to have a full cake baked, decorated, without going through the recipe of how things are done and repeated it over and over until the cake gets really, really, really good. So this is the law. You expand your learning by repeating the same thing and changing the perspective about that thing. So you go deeper into your learning. With that, then you have more satisfaction. You have the curiosity where your passion is being invested in one single point. You're not doing shoes, cakes, and architecture, and dancing, and this and that. You start making your expansion into more specialized part that is more in synchronicity to what you are here for. So expansion, it have at this level have the detachment, and it has the circulation of learning, the experiences, the cycles that give experience to you. And then the third part of expansion is your spiritual expansion. And your spiritual expansion is very interesting because it's not something that really grows. It's something that is already grown, it's already big, but you are not aware of it. So in here, the expansion is related to perception. How vast do you perceive yourself? How small you perceive yourself, how you communicate with your limit way of thinking, with your mind, with your ego. That is very spiritual constriction. But when you start seeing your capabilities at the level of your first expansion and second expansion, you are able to point or perceive different parts of the whole, which is you. So in that perception, you witness that, and it get light, it get enlightened. You know, it's like a switch in a dark room that goes, oh, goes on, then you're able to see. In that perception, you light up what is already there. So the third expansion, it really is when you mature your perception, when you have shift your perception about yourself of the old ways, and you add a new information to what you already know, then this conjunction or this meeting start to point towards an aspect of you that you have not seen before. It enlightens an aspect of you that is and was already there, always, permanently, but you were not able to see. So this kind of expansion is really the alignment of your structure. It's when you are seeing things, or I won't say things, when you see yourself as a whole. You see yourself in the tree. Not only, oh, I am the tree. It's not a mental exercise, but a communion of two energies that are in agreement, that are in cohesiveness. So the more you are able to extend your energy to different kinds of forms or different kinds of expression of creation, you expand your world, you expand your inner world. So these three types of expansions, they have to go hand to hand. It's not like, okay, now I am going to have a spiritual expansion, a mystic expansion, and I am going to abandon my physicality. That it doesn't work that way. Sooner or later, you have to come back to the aspect of you that you don't want to detach, that you want to hold on things that you are obsolete, or things that they are not serving you anymore. Everything in life is like a big dynamic of purification and acquiring information. It's linking information in a very agile way and in a very rapid way. It's constantly happening so fast that I actually form the illusion of the physicality. So when you are walking consciously with these three types of expansions, you're happy, you're grounded, you are complete. So sometimes it's the time for the physical expansion, sometimes is in times of transition, you need to change your partners, you need to change your point of view about yourself or about your partner. You have to let go of the kids and so on and so forth. All these contracts have to be renewed, and you have to enlighten, point it towards a sense of purpose, a sense of wholeness, a sense of connection with creation. So expansion happens in 3 levels, and each level have its own laws, its own dynamics, and that is the agility and intelligence of the spiritual seeker, where is doing the 3 at the same time, but each one have a different law. You're not going to expand your physicality by applying the law of the spiritual part or the journey of the soul. It has its law, it has its time, it has its steps, and so on and so forth. Each one have its own dynamic. When you understand that, you have patience, because you are not rushing and wanting to change anything that is not ready to be changed. And you are also aware when the things are ready to let go. So hopefully this is helpful, and as a homework, I want you to write down what is the type of expansion that is in front of your face. Thank you so much for sitting with me, and I will see you in our next class. Namaste.